The 2021 Motogp World Championship grid is almost complete, following Ducati's confirmation that Jack Miller and Pecco Bagnaia will compete in the scarlet colours of the factory team, with Johann Zarco and rookie Jorge Martin representing the satellite Pramac Racing outfit too. Coming days after Valentino Rossi's immediate future was assured with a move to the Petronas SRT Yamaha team next season, it means only 2 seats remain unaccounted for, officially speaking anyway. So with a few big pieces of the tantalising puzzle now in place, here's how the rest of the grid is looking for 2021. It's been a strange season without Marc Marquez out there, not least because we're beginning to forget what it looks like to have an orange Honda anywhere near the front of the field. We're sure the 6-time MotoGP champ will readdress this on his return in 2021, for the first of what will be 4 more years with the HRC squad. On the other side of the garage, one of the big winter moves coming up will be Pol Espargaro's switch from KTM, not least because he's replacing Marquez's very own brother Alex. Reuniting the 2 Moto2 rivals in the same garage, Honda will be hoping Espargaro, who has starred for relative newbies KTM, provides the depth it needs after a year that has exposed just how vulnerable the title-winning squad is when Marquez is not there to lead its charge. It's also going to be strange not seeing Valentino Rossi's beaming face when Yamaha wheels out its 2021 M1, but the end of one chapter means another can begin, as Fabio Quartararo lands a seat at the big table in the wake of his starring efforts on the Petronas SRT Yamaha. While there seems little to choose between the 2 Yamaha factions right now, the swap to blue means it at least assures Quartararo the latest updates on the best of the M1s. He pairs up with teammate Maverick Vinales, who enters into his 5th season with Yamaha, but his first with someone other than Rossi fighting for Yamaha's affections. This could well prove to be the spiciest teammate head-to-head of 2021. Suzuki got in there early with the confirmation it is retaining Alex Rins and Joan Mir for 2021 and 2022, seeing off apparent interest from Ducati, who are reportedly sniffing around both riders over the winter. 2 wins to his name in 2019, though the 2020 season has been a more humbling and bruising campaign for Rins, his lofty status within Suzuki's squad has never been questioned. Even so, he's come up against some stiff internal opposition from Joan Mir, who has flourished in his 2nd MotoGP season to, at this stage, launch himself into what is a very unexpected title fight. Given this is only his 5th season in GP racing entirely, which is quite a bit less than everyone else around him, it's a credit to Suzuki for taking him under its wing so early. What a tumultuous process it has been for Ducati to come to a decision on its 2021 rider lineup, as approaches to the likes of Quartararo, Vinales, Rins and Mir fell flat, for Andrea Dovizioso called its bluff by announcing his exit despite, right now, only having the sofa as an available seat for 2021 at the moment. However, while the chain of events has forced Ducati to look internally for its factory riders, the pairing of Jack Miller and Pecco Bagnaia, both currently competing on the Pramac bikes, could well prove a blessing in disguise if they continue developing at their current rate. Miller's chance, which comes at the expense of the out-of-sorts Danilo Petrucci, could be the opportunity he needs to take that extra step forward towards regular race wins. Bagnaia, meanwhile, might have seemed an unlikely choice just a few weeks ago, after a patchy maiden campaign in 2019, but recent form suggests he is indeed a talent that will relish this earlier than expected shot at the big leagues. KTM might have felt a little bit left in the lurch by Pol Espargaro's decision to defect to Honda for 2021, but it too might see the situation as another disguised blessing. With the KTM RC16 flourishing into a truly competitive, and now race-winning, machine, KTM's decision to place its 2 protégés, Brad Binder and Miguel Oliveira, together looks very shrewd in retrospect. Both have topped the podium this season, and while there is perhaps still a little more polish needed from the pair to follow those successes up week in, week out, they are proof a bit of nurturing and faith can go a long way to bring out the best in tomorrow's generation today. While the 2020 RSGP hasn't exactly been the breakthrough he had hoped, Alex Espargaro is certainly more positive about the future than he has been in recent years, and has duly been given another 2 years, likely to be his last in MotoGP, to see the Aprilia project through to the end. As for his teammate in 2021, the Italian team is, surprisingly for some, still waiting for the outcome of Andrea Iannone's appeal for a drugs ban to be heard. That date is coming up fairly soon, after a 2-month delay, but even then many are surprised not to see Aprilia falling over itself to lure the very available Andrea Dovizioso into its midst. The Italian has made no public declaration of any desire to join Aprilia as yet, but as a project he can influence, something he decried the lack of at Ducati, there are many logical reasons for why it could and should potentially happen. If Dovizioso isn't in the frame and Iannone faces a longer spell on the sidelines, then Cal Crutcher has also expressed his interest too. While you need to focus to imagine him in anything other than Yamaha blue, Valentino Rossi's switch to the satellite Petronas SRT squad makes more sense now than it perhaps did in January when his factory exit was confirmed. The only rider to win a Premier GP title on a satellite machine, back in 2001 in the Nastro Azzurro Honda, given that feat might be matched by Quartararo this season, the Rossi Petronas SLT Yamaha deal for 2021 has a lot going for it. Moreover, he'll have his protege and friend Franco Morbidelli on the other side of the garage, in what will be a less pressured environment that could well bring out the best in the Doctor, even at this stage in his career. He hadn't even started a MotoGP race with the factory Honda squad before he was siphoned off to LCR for 2021, but Alex Marquez has a satellite outfit to look forward to next season. Interestingly, LCR is one of just 3 teams yet to formally announce its full rider lineup for 2021, but there was little doubt it will be signing Takaki Nakagami in the wake of the Japanese rider's eye-catching performances this year on the year-old Honda, especially when compared to his factory-backed counterparts. Also, Honda looks set to reward Nakagami with a 2021 machine next year, meaning Honda will go directly head-to-head with Yamaha, Ducati and KTM for the first time by supplying a brace of current spec bikes across 2 teams. Pramac Racing will enter 2021 season with an all-new rider pairing, with Johann Zarco being bumped up the Ducati hierarchy and rookie Jorge Martin making his MotoGP debut. Zarco's appointment represents a return to prominence for the Frenchman, following a tumultuous 18 months that saw his relationship with KTM break down after just 6 months, before securing a last-minute deal to join the Ducati fold in 2020, where he has since starred on a year-old Avintia Ducati GP19. 2018 Moto3 World Champion Jorge Martin, meanwhile, will be one of 2, maybe 3, rookies on the grid in 2021. The highly rated youngster is in the midst of his second season in Moto2, yielding a maiden victory in Austria, even if an unfortunate 2-race pause after contraction of coronavirus has dented his title aspirations. What a difference a year makes for Tech 2 Racing, who, having suffered the growing pains of its switch from Yamaha to KTM machinery in 2019, has burst into competitive outfits in its own right for 2020. While its talisman, Miguel Oliveira, moves on to the factory outfit next year, Tech 2 inherits its own race-winning rider in Danilo Petrucci, who'll hope a change of scenery will reignite that form that is best to see him not only step on the podium, but top it as well. Though it's been an expensive season for him in terms of crash repairs, Iker Lecuona has shown flashes of proof he is deserving of his unexpected promotion to MotoGP this year, and would duly get another shot to demonstrate this further in 2021. Avintia Racing's rider lineup remains somewhat up in the air, given one of its riders with a contract, Tito Rabat, has intimated he could actually walk away from the sport at the end of the year anyway. With this in mind, Rossi is known to have made contact with the Avintia bosses over the possibility of getting his brother and current Moto2 leader Luca Marini on the bike instead. Ducati could sweeten the deal further by luring Rabat towards superbikes with the promise of a guaranteed seat, but for now there is no confirmation. Officially speaking, Ducati hasn't confirmed the second Avintia ride either, but Enea Bastianini, who is battling Marini for the Moto2 title right now, has already revealed he has a deal with Ducati, one that will almost certainly place him at the Spanish outfit.